Hey, I'm Christopher Green. You're watching Amtv Alternative Media Television. It is Happy Friday, the 13th. And was there a news channel out on the internet, Alex? I don't know. Was there a news channel? I can't remember what the name was, that basically told you that there would be a war in Syria. In fact, they didn't even just warn about it over the last couple days and weeks and months, but literally throughout the last 10 years, warned the American people that there would be a war in Syria, that the United States would attack. It didn't matter whether or not it was Barack Obama or the next president. At the time, we didn't even know it would be Donald Trump. But there was going to be a total all-out war and conflagration in this part of the world that would result in a World War III scenario, which would cost millions of people their lives, of which the federal government would sell a bunch of lies and continued false flag after false flag after false flag after false flag. Is there a channel out there? I don't know. I'm talking to the audience, too, that actually told you that was going to happen. Oh, yeah, it's called AMTV, which you're tuning into right now. Alternative Media Television. We have been so right about everything, it's almost annoying. And believe me, we're not perfect, but we've been so right about everything. Whether or not it's Syria, whether or not it's economic collapse in 2008 or 2009, whether or not it's Bitcoin, which, by the way, I'm pissed off because I couldn't even drive my Maserati for a freaking day before Donald Trump launched World War III. It's been one day. I tried to take the crew out to lunch, and we knew it was going to happen on a Friday. By the way, and you knew that, and you would also have all the inside track if you were watching this on demand at amtvmedia.com, because Chad and I discussed this very specifically, that we thought it potentially could happen on a Friday, as did the last Syria airstrike, as Donald Trump continued to jockey back and forth with his loud mouth on Twitter. And by the way, I voted for Donald Trump. I completely disagree diametrically with his decision, and I really don't think it's his decision, to bomb this part of the world. Based on a fallacy, based on lies, based on rhetoric, based on total BS. That's it. That's all we've gotten. No evidence at all. Again, do I have to restate this? Why would Assad shoot himself in the foot if he's winning the war? It's not even logical. Why would he perpetrate a heinous act through chemical warfare on his own people when he's beating the rebels on the ground, funded and armed by the United States federal government? Why would he do that? It'd make no sense. He'd only get drone striked like he is today. So you heard it here first. We've put out dozens and dozens of videos, hundreds and thousands of videos over the last decade, dozens this week. We're pushing millions and millions of eyeballs a day. We just crushed through 500,000 subscribers. We told you the war was coming. We told you he's going to bomb Syria. We told you before he was even president. And now it's happening. World War III is breaking out. Donald Trump has launched an all-out attack on Syria. And they're selling it just like they sold the deep state, the dark state, sold the past wars. Oh, yeah, there's WMDs in Iraq. No, there wasn't. Oh, there was a chemical attack in Ghouta perpetrated by Assad in 2013. No, that was a lie. The United Nations proved that to be a lie. Seymour Hersh, Pulitzer Prize winner, proved that to be a lie. We proved it to be a lie here. But Christopher, I trust the government. The government's always there to save me. They're such wonderful people. And Bitcoin's a scam. It's making people millionaires. It's made me a millionaire. I just bought a Maserati over 6 figures today, and I paid with Bitcoin. And the war has just been launched in Syria. Right. Honestly, it's getting annoying. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed with constantly being right. I'm annoyed with the general populations out there that just don't get it, that just don't understand the truth. I had to rush down here in my freaking Maserati to come back in studio to report on this because I can't relax. Because this is what we're dealing with worldwide. A world war. The United States of America, her allies, versus Russia, a billion Chinese. Mark my words. Vladimir Putin will retaliate with extreme force. The likelihood of an EMP attack, an electromagnetic pulse, or something far worse is very, very high. Hitting, God forbid, our shores here in the United States of America, or God forbid, our allied shores in Europe. The alert has never been higher. The emergency broadcast system has never been so loud. And it has been building up for generations. It has been building up for a decade. What else are they going to do? There is no other option but to bomb. So let's dig into this now. Donald Trump, and convenient on a Friday. Very convenient. Friday the 13th, and on a Friday when everybody's drinking beers and hanging out and trying to have a good time. Which is exactly, literally verbatim, what we talked about behind closed doors. Join on demand, click the link below. You wouldn't know all this. And we also talked about it publicly. It's not about being right. I don't care about being right. Nobody really cares. Even when we are right, people will still be like, oh, whatever, it was predictable. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. We started talking about Syria before Obama ever struck. We were talking about Syria and warning of a world war and a conflagration in this part of the world before there was 500,000 civilians that had lost their lives. Now they've launched the war. Now they're lighting it up like a freaking Christmas tree, which is what we told you is exactly what would happen. Trump orders strikes against Syria over chemical weapons attack. This is from Reuters. U.S. President Donald Trump on Friday ordered, this happened moments ago. We've had 2 videos on it already coming out with the breaking news, dozens others. Precision strikes targeting Syrian President Bashar al-Assad chemical weapons capabilities as explosions were heard in the Syrian capital, Damascus. Trump said a combined operation with France and Britain was underway and that they were prepared to sustain the response until Syria stopped its use of chemical weapons. This is in coordination with the United States and her allies. Incredible. Trump announces missile strikes against Syria. Now, by the way, I don't have the mainstream media because the mainstream media will brainwash you. That's how we knew it, far in advance. Because we actually read books here and study history and don't watch TV. That's why we were able to tell you all this. It's really not rocket science. It's just really 100% obvious. But we don't have any TV, so I don't see the Christmas tree. I don't know what it looks like. It's got to be pretty incredible, though, right? You're going to see total warfare. It'll make Iraq and those strikes in Baghdad look like child's play. It'll, God forbid, make September 11th and Pearl Harbor, it'll make it look weak compared to what's coming. My phones are blowing up. Friends and family all over the world texting me, oh, the Christmas tree's being light up. You were right again, Chris. You were right again. How did you know? Trump announces missile strikes against Syria. U.S. conducts retaliatory. How is it retaliation? What? There's no evidence. Was there a third-party investigation done? No. None. There's no evidence at all. In fact, what they're doing right now is destroying the evidence. There was no WMDs in Iraq. There was, I would suggest, a chemical attack in Syria, but was it perpetrated by Assad? I mean, man, this guy's an idiot if he would do something like that. He's winning the war. ISIS didn't even exist until the United States got its dirty hands wrapped around it. There are intelligence agencies. Spawned it from Al-Qaeda. Didn't even exist. So people ask me all the time, Christopher, when's this war you've been talking about for all these years? When is it coming? Well, turn on your boob tube. Turn on your TV. Right, and right. But the American people are dumb. It's very sad. Very, very sad. Yeah, honestly, it almost brings me to tears. Oh, Christopher, that Maserati isn't real. Yeah, it is. Oh, the wars will never happen. Anderson Cooper told me so as the bombs fly. This is it. We've climaxed. Expect an attack by Russia now. Donald Trump said he would attack, and Vladimir Putin said he would retaliate. Oh, but Christopher, I don't care. It's just Syria. You will, if God forbid it hits your shores. What else did we talk about? I mean, I'm just going through our video list here. I'm sorry. I mean, when we're this right, we got to make it known to the world. I mean, here I'm going through the videos. World War III, dark state is distracting the public. World War III, false flag attack is imminent. World War III, Trump ready to smart bombs to hit Russia. World War III, to strike Syria within hours. U.S. Navy destroyer arrives off coast. World War III, Syria, major announcement. Donald Trump prepares for World War III. Israel strikes Syria. World War III on the table. Watch breaking news. Syria under attack. Breaking Trump to strike Syria within 24 hours. World War III unfolding. Markets crashes China on warpath with USA. Like, I don't know how we can make it any more plain than that. I really don't. So I'm going to bring Chad Booksam on here in a moment. But we are talking the worst case scenario ever. We are talking total retaliation from America's enemies. We could be completely wiped out in the dark. We could have an EMP attack in this country. We could have nukes going off, God forbid, in every American city, and it's all over. But Christopher, what are you going to do with your Maserati? I don't care. I'll drive it while it lasts. Maybe we'll put our sunglasses on and watch the explosions together. But in the meantime, we'll kick ass in the real world. Again, I've never heard anyone complain like, geez, you know, it's a real shame Donald Trump's a billionaire. He never would have been president. Oh, geez, you know, Elon Musk is such a bad guy because he's such an innovator. How dare Jeff Bezos charge $10 a month for Amazon Prime? He's already a billionaire. Why would he charge? Like, people are literally dumb. Literally dumb. It gives me zero confidence for humanity. It gives me 100% confidence for you tuning in that understand, that get it, that are awake, that are enlightened, that have given it to God, who have given it to Jesus Christ. By the way, I give it all to him. I give nothing to myself. Nothing. Nothing. We are waging a war against the mainstream media. We are waging a war against CNN. We are waging a war against MSNBC. We are waging a war against Fox News. We are waging a war against this establishment system. And we are doing it in so many fantastic ways. Could I actually get a couple apologies? Honestly, that would be nice. Apologize. We've been right. But again, it's not about being right. Don't really care. But I'm going to say we told you so. Because we did. And we've been 100% right. Just like we're 100% right about Bitcoin. And have been. It's made us millionaires. We had a great day today. It was great. We hung out. Went up to North Scottsdale. Drove the Maz. Had a great lunch. Beautiful. Dropped that thing from 0 to 190 in about 5 seconds. Loved it. It's great. Hey, there's no guarantee of tomorrow. Live big. Live big. Who knows? Bombs might be going off in the next 5 seconds. Make a phone call to a family member or a friend. Might be your last opportunity. Oh, but Christopher, that's fear-mongering. That would never happen. Yeah, sure. Just like airstrikes would never happen. Just like 2008-09 would never happen. Just like Pearl Harbor would never happen. Just like World War I would never happen. World War II, Vietnam. Just like there'd never be a natural brush fire, as is natural selection. I mean, we see this in nature. It's the only way to reset all of this. Alex, do we have Chad? Is he available yet? I know we're doing this on the fly. We weren't expecting to be broadcasting.
Chad's ready.
He's there. Chad, can you hear me, my man? So I want to hear your commentary on all this. We aired your video, by the way. We've got all this out, exclusive coverage. I got to commend you, too. You're 100% correct. We talked about this publicly and behind the scenes. You specifically talked about Friday being the day. You've been 100% correct. You were 100% correct within 24 hours of the Israeli airstrikes. We were 100% correct. The previous airstrikes that Donald Trump launched right when he got into office not too long ago, it's amazing. It really is amazing how easy all of this is to see, yet for somehow reason it's a surprise to the American people. They just can't believe it. And there was a chemical attack. Oh, that's why we got to have World War. No, there wasn't. It's proven to be false. All of you liberals tuning in around the world need to go talk to Seymour Hersh. He's a Pulitzer Prize winner. You need to go talk to Carla Del Ponte, the United Nations, the independent investigators, journalists like us. It's a total fraud. It was a total fallacy. It was a total lie. It was a total false flag. It was total bullshit.
Chris, is striking back right now with anti-aircraft missiles. That means Russia is striking back. Do you understand? Everybody tuning in, the majority of you, I know you understand. Everybody out there who doubts what's on the table, who thinks that what we're in is not a world war where you have Russia backing up Bashar al-Assad, they are not going to step down and allow Bashar al-Assad to fall. Right now, we have a World War III scenario breaking out. Russia has military installations all throughout Syria. Who do you think we're striking?
Yeah, this is what people need to understand. Not about Syria. In fact, just delete Syria from your headlines and implant Russia, and implant China, and implant Iran. Donald Trump just launched a world war, with Russia, China, Iran, and their contingencies, North Korea and others.
The U.S. is conducting precision airstrikes with B-1 bombers. Multiple structures hit. what we've heard from the rebels, who are obviously ISIS, is that they want the U.S. to demolish government structures, to attack the presidential palace, to remove Assad completely. Russia has put in so many resources, so has Iran. That's why, what did Russia tell Hezbollah television, basically, that they're going to strike back? And what did Donald Trump say? The bombs are coming. You know, and look,
we talked about this, Chad, and I know I'm interrupting, but we talked about this, right? He was jockeying. This was all a mind game, right? He's going to say he's going to attack, then he's going to hit, then he's not, then he is. And then when everybody's asleep around the weekend, this is exactly what you said. The bombs are going to rain. And it's exactly what's happening, man. You can't even go out for a beer and a freaking crouton, have yourself a little blue cheese salad without the bombs being dropped.
I mean, unbelievable. And look, we saw James Comey doing his little tour. And we saw the buildup, similar to the buildup when they were coming, you know, when they wanted an international response to Libya. The distraction that Comey, he's going to be on 2020. We knew. And again, like, we've been looking at how the media plays their games. I mean, it's pretty typical. But to the average person, they have to understand that you're right, Chris. Take Assad out of your brain. Take Assad out of your brain. We are attacking Russia, Iran, and China. And what do you think they're doing right now? They're attacking us back. Alternative news is so important right now. The mainstream media, they're going to hide everything. Everybody needs to be prepared.
Yeah,
everybody needs to be
People
prepared.
are like, well, Christopher, why would we support you if you're a millionaire and you own a Maserati? I don't know. Why do people spend billions of dollars and give it to Jeff Bezos and George Soros so that they can own Amazon Prime and Netflix? I don't know. It's a freaking war. That's why we need your support. Like, are you freaking kidding me? This is the war that we're fighting. So it is literally, my phones, I have 4 of them. They're blowing up worldwide. I got friends all over the world. All of them are texting me, oh my gosh, Chris, this war's happening that you've been talking about. Yeah, I know. Russian Navy chief, I'm reading another breaking news wire here, Chad, threatens U.S. warship near Syria with torpedo attack. We have no fear. A direct quote. Like, this is honestly, Trump's got to be in a bunker right now. But he's exposed. And I'm throwing him under the bus right now. Honestly, this is the dark state at work. I've got to blame Trump, though, too. This is the dark state. This is total bullshit. I am really pissed off about this. This is bullshit. This is total bullshit. He was against the wars. He lied. He lied. And this is the dark state at work. And they have positioned him and put him in a corner. And I don't even know if we're dealing with Donald Trump anymore. I don't even know if he can survive this, honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, it's not just him. People need to understand this. They have totally extorted Trump, his family. It is far uglier than you can even imagine. This goes to show you how evil this is in Washington, D.C. How very little control the rightful president of the United States has.
It's unbelievable. Donald Trump, look, he's either going to play ball or he's going to be removed or, you know, God forbid, something worse. But we all know that the president of the United States doesn't control our foreign policy. And if anything shows you, because this has always been, why are events, no matter who's the president, happening in exact chronological order? Taking out the Middle East country by country by country, no matter what president is in the White House. Why is this occurring if the president has even a tad bit control over foreign policy? He doesn't. But he should be speaking out against it. He's obviously playing ball. Unfortunately, this false flag chemical attack, they said, we have proof. Where's the proof? The missiles are launched. Did you see any proof? I didn't get an alert on proof.
The proof has been destroyed, Chad. There is no proof anymore. Oh, we're just going on trust. Yeah, the same bankster cartel that bailed themselves out with trillions of dollars in 08 and 09. By the way, it's why I got involved in Bitcoin and basically bet big on it. It's made me a multimillionaire because I don't trust the financial system at all. It's why I left Merrill Lynch a decade in finance and all these kind of things. Left Wall Street because I didn't trust it at all. But there is no proof. That's the answer. There is no proof. It's just total hearsay. It's total lies.
Did you see him? They were saying that there was proof, like France. Oh, we have proof. We have the evidence. Oh, Theresa May from the UK. Oh, we have proof. We have evidence. They never showed it because there is none. This is the psychological warfare. This is the propaganda that was building up
And
This is amazing.
I'll say this too, and I want to hear your thoughts, Chad.
Oh, good.
Russia is going to retaliate here in a big way.
Okay, they are right now.
I know they are, but even worse. I mean, this is not going to be like some little thing. They've been very calculated. They were very calculated with Trump's first strike. The wound is opened up. The gunshot fire. There's no going back. This is what I think people need to understand. If there's a takeaway from this episode, if it's any different from the last 10 years of what we've been discussing, is that there is no going back from here. We've gone over the cliff. You've already jumped off the skyscraper, and there is no turning back. Your face is going to hit concrete. That's the result of this world war. World war. Get it through your head. World war.
World war. U.S. warships, Russian warships are launching in the same, right off the Syrian coast. They're right next to each other. Russia has put in way too much of an effort. Iran, Hezbollah, they're all gearing up. Saudi Arabia and Israel, I'm very interested to see what kind of moves they're making, probably right now against Iran that we're not even seeing. You know, there was a lot of reconnaissance missions being flied all over Iran. I mean, we remember Israel. What was Israel doing just a month or two ago? We reported this here, Chris, that they were doing test runs. They were doing stealth fighter test runs over Iran. This is a world war, absolutely. All of these major countries with nuclear weapons, this is the scary part. I mean, Chris, with nuclear weapons, we are right now in the midst of a
not
war
just nuclear
with
weapons,
countries.
which is a very serious threat, but autonomous weapons.
Yeah.
AI, artificial intelligence, drones that can come out and target you with precision in 2 seconds, take out an entire army. Who possesses that technology? Russia.
And look, a lot of
we better hope the United States has the leg up in some of these areas, because we are looking potentially at a total blackout here in the United States. Total blackout. So I've been warning and telling millions of people around the world to prepare over the last 10 years with everything: food storage, water, survival supplies, relocation plan, put together a strategy with your family. The list goes on and on. Your investments, gold, cryptocurrencies now. We put together the complete bucket list. In fact, I've got a handbook coming out if there's still any time left. There might not be, but we're going to still be living while we can be living.
Christopher, how is it that all of these, I mean, we're only supported by you guys, the viewers, the people. And please thumb up this video and share it and get it out to everybody and subscribe to the Underground on demand. Click the link below. But how is it that all these mainstream media outlets with their billions and billions and trillions of dollars can't predict nothing while we're sitting here, right? We've been screaming off the top of our lungs exactly the events that are occurring right in front of us today. It is just amazing. It is pathetic, the mainstream media apparatus. That's why we have to completely, I mean, people have to tune into alternative. They need to join us. They need to join us.
They need to support us financially in addition to that. Oh, it was fake news, Chad, right? It was fake news. Fake
Right.
news that Hillary was sick. No, it wasn't. Oh, this was fake news, too. There's no such thing as a war. That's fear-mongering. Oh, until there is. Oh, okay. Interesting how quickly that changed.
Look, I don't understand. Like, people might, okay, I understand, like, some people might be young. They haven't experienced any hardship besides, like, little microaggressions that they just have to boycott advertisers. You know, but this is real life. They don't care about your feelings. And look, we have to understand that war happens. Why do you think we have all these military bases all around the world? We want to take out Russia more than anything. More than anything. This has always been a part. It's not about the Syrian people. It's not about, 500,000 people already, probably more than that, have already been killed. Now all of a sudden we're striking because we care about the Syrian people so much.
Yeah, I want Americans tuning in who actually have the mainstream. I don't know why you would support the mainstream media, but if you actually have TV, I don't know, maybe you're at the airport or a retirement home or something like that, and CNN's on mute in the background. You're watching these airstrikes, these Hellfire missiles rain fire, hellish fire on innocent civilians tonight. Men, women, and children. I want you to imagine, God forbid for a minute, this is every American city in the United States. This is every European city in Europe. This is every allied nation, and it's happening here on your ground, where you actually give a shit about what's going on. Oh, it's so Syria. We don't care about Syria. I've never been to Syria. No big deal. That's what you need to put into your head, because that is what's coming. That is what the retaliation, God forbid, could look like. This is a very, very serious game, a tactical, strategic game. Psychological warfare, media manipulation. Why do you think Zuckerberg's been on the stand? We talked about this over the last week, discussing how to filter out fake news and all this kind of stuff. They don't want you to think for yourself. They don't want you to have an opinion. They don't want you to be an individual and of independent mind. They don't even want you to be a capitalist. It's somehow wrong to be successful in this country. It's funny, I read some of these comments, like people are pissed off we're successful. Are you freaking out of your mind?
That is the most ridiculous thing you want to live in.
It is insanity, you freaking socialists.
Yeah, I mean,
this is capitalism here in the United States, where you build yourself up from your freaking bootstraps, and you do what it takes, blood, sweat, and tears.
Regardless of what's going on around the world, regardless of the fear, regardless of the psychological warfare, we're not living in a communist country. We want to do good. People should want to do good.
We want the best for humanity, too. And that's what I don't know if people get that or understand. I care as Syria is being rocketed right now on raining down hell on men, women, and children. I actually give a shit. I give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't hear that, though, from CNN and the liberal left. I hear, well, it sounds like we got the evidence now, so let's go kill a bunch of people. I'm sorry. That is horrible. I do not approve of any of that. Call me a conservative, Christian, whatever you want to call me. That's what I am. But it actually seems pretty rational in my mind. It's pretty normal. I want the best for people worldwide. I want the best for humanity. And it's not what we're getting. All because your country and your government is lying to your freaking face and has been using and abusing you and extorting you and ripping you off for generation after generations. It's one of the reasons people are constantly stuck in that negative frame of mind. Like, it doesn't make any sense at all. You need to empower yourself. Empower yourself. It's crazy, Chad. I don't even know where I'm going. I'm so pissed off. Honestly, I'm so pissed off right now. I can barely speak.
No, so am I. And it's like this. Basically, look, we look at the playing field. We look at what's happening. We try to give our best opinion. Doesn't mean we want it to happen. We're just telling it like it is from our best, opinion and critical thinking.
And facts.
And unfortunately, these events are occurring. Unfortunately, this is our reality. And people have to completely tune out the mainstream media and support us in alternative news. I hope we have like 3,000 likes. I hope this video is being shared to everybody because it's going to be, like you said, a complete blackout in the mainstream media. A lot of people right now are dying. Ships are attacking each other. I mean, Russia already has threatened a U.S. warship with a torpedo. And what are we going to get? The truth from CNN, Fox, or MSNBC? Not at all. Not at all.
Incredible. Well, he did use those smart weapons, right? He said he would use those smart bombs. I'm looking at some other breaking reports here, just corroborating what we're discussing right now. Trump says strikes targeted. Assad's chemical weapons capability. Officials say more attacks are possible. And retaliation, which is happening right now. As you mentioned, Chad, live updates. Strikes a clear message to Assad. Mad Dog Mattis says video appears to show airstrikes in Syria. Do we have any of that footage? Alex, have you been able to grab any of that yet? Like the actual strikes? I know we got images, but is there any video that we're seeing? I mean, all this is going to come out in the next half hour, and then it'll be streaming across bullshit mainstream media for the next 2 days as they wipe out an entire indigenous population.
Exactly. Only give them what they want to see. But remember, everybody tuning in right now, the audience, the deep state, what are they doing? Not just these strikes. You know that ISIS and the rebels and all of the rebels, I got to get that verbiage. ISIS is being funded right now. They are also doing an incursion against the Bashar al-Assad government. So it's not necessarily we even have to put our boots on the ground currently, which it absolutely is going to come to that when Russia is involved. But we have these ISIS, these radical Islamic elements on the move as well as the strikes. But you know what the mainstream media is going to do? They're just going to show you the fireworks over the sky. And they're not going to get to the truth of the matter, which is the complete annihilation, the removal of Assad. This is not about Syria. This is about attacking Russia, attacking Iran, and you do that first by removing Assad.
I want to go to our audience here for a moment. We've got a lot of you tuning in. Is there anything that you've uncovered as this is breaking live through the blogosphere and the web? Any footage, we're streaming, so we have thousands and tens of thousands of people tuning in here right now. We're multi-streaming on various dozen or so different platforms around the world. Honestly, Fox News can't even do this. It's incredible. It's incredible. I can't even believe it. Like, honestly, give all the glory to God. Again, we talked about that at lunch. It is absolutely incredible. But is there anything that we're not covering here, or any tidbits of information as these reports are breaking? Again, we're not in Syria right now, so I haven't had the bomb dropped on my head yet, courtesy of the dark state. Anything you guys want us to address, want an opinion from myself or either Chad or even Alex here commandeering the ship on a Friday? Because we're always working. We're always working. 24/7 around the clock, every single day, working our ass off to bring the truth, to bring the truth at great cost, which is why we live large and we go for the jugular and we play to win and we live big. Are you seeing anything, Alex? Because those are streaming so quick. Anything like thoughts top of mind that you can think of?
There's like a blackout right now. It is unbelievable. They're only going to want to show you what they want to show you, unfortunately. I'm sure people are tuning in from around the world, maybe even from Syria, but I guarantee you that they probably have no connections in Syria, actually. Everything is shut down in Syria.
Yeah. Okay, so this is where it's going. I can feel it. This is the instinct, the false flag, which we just talked about 2 days ago. That's what's going to happen next. You heard it here first again. And I hope I'm wrong. I really hope to God I'm wrong. That's what's coming next, God forbid. The retaliatory event, the Pearl Harbor, God forbid, that moment. That is what is needed to really rip through America, and I hope this doesn't happen, and push the support of the American people so they rally behind not a war in Syria, but a world war. That's what comes next, Chad. Donald Trump's going to position this. The deep state, the dark state's going to posit as this limited strikes. They're going to say, oh, yeah, it's limited. We're just doing our job, because we've got proof now. And then the big one's going to hit, and then the nukes go off.
And if that's the case, why is there another armada of U.S. warships steaming towards the Syrian coast?
Oh, just for fun, dude. Just hanging out. Yeah, just no big deal.
Vacation, a cruise.
Yeah, total vacation.
To see the sights.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw, even in some of our comments, we were at a fake lunch today. That was a fake car we were all riding in, too.
Yeah, that was right. You know what? I was a rental. You know what? Well, we got to give me the title.
Yeah, I tell you what, you guys are going to get really used to that rental because it's going to be about every single freaking video from here going out. So I'm going to get tired of looking at the darn thing. Anyway, it's not a very big deal, but I do think it's funny.
Yeah.
What else? I'm looking through the breaking news wire here. You got to laugh a little bit. I mean, it's just
no, it is funny.
This is kind of incredible.
I mean, we're a truth channel for a reason because that's what we do here. We tell the truth.
We're just actually really reporting on the news.
Yeah.
We're just reporting the facts. No one wants to hear them.
Yeah.
We've got Comey out making God knows what, selling his book. Total disgrace to America.
I know people take this guy seriously. Of course, he's just like a disgruntled ex-employee who let crooked witch Hillary off, okay, just so she can get elected and do exactly pretty much what they're doing now, but probably a lot quicker when it comes to Russia, unfortunately.
Yeah. So I want to re-emphasize the takeaway again. And, Chad, I think you probably agree with me on this one. This is what you're going to get from the mainstream media and Trump and U.S. officials. The strikes were targeted, they're going to say. The strikes were limited. We just did what we needed to do. Okay, we did a really good job. We just got in there. We've got the evidence and the hardcore proof, even though it's total lie and total BS, that Assad did this and Assad did that. We didn't do anything wrong. Then the retaliation. Then, God forbid, the Pearl Harbor. Then God forbid, the Gulf of Tonkin. Then, right. God forbid, the burning down of the Reichstag building. That's what's going to happen. And then it won't be Trump's fault. It won't be the dark state's fault when we open up a world war and they reinstitute the draft and they're sending your kids overseas to fight and die for these egregious wars while they bicker on mainstream media bullshit television. It'll just be part of the program. I mean, what else are you guys going to do? You all remember September 11th, right? We had to go bomb countries. It had nothing to do with it after. It is so easy to manipulate the American people, and I see it right now, hook, line, and sinker. It'd be the thing I would do if I was a evil person or I was a part of the evil dark state. That's what I would do. It'd be so easy to convince the American people. All you need is an event. That's it. Easy. Easy money, baby. So simple. So simple. These people control the media. They control all the outlets. They control public perception. They control the people. That's why there's Zuckerberg testifying on the stand right now. It's all about controlling media information. It has nothing to do with privacy. They don't care about that. They don't care about your privacy. They care about controlling your mind and the information that gets out to the American people.
They knew this was coming. They knew. Were they talking about it at all? They knew this was coming. But no, they weren't saying anything about it whatsoever. This propaganda is unbelievable. The false flags, it's just like never before.
And it's not like Russia isn't prepared. How much time has Trump given these countries and telegraphed what's going on? This is no surprise to America's enemies. So they are fully ready. The nuclear submarines are ready. They are ready to engage. Autonomous weapons are ready to rock. The EMP is good to go. I mean, I'm not exaggerating here. Everybody's ready. It's like living in a movie, but in reality. We even have a reality television star at the helm. It's not even real, but it is.
We are at war with Russia right now. I mean, I hope everybody has this clear here. Russia has massive amounts of military installations in Syria, surrounded Syria with their warships, as basically bombs are flying over their warships right now. I mean, understand, this is what's exactly is happening. There's a media blackout. The removal of Assad is imminent, and Russia is not going to let it happen. They already stated it. Take them seriously. Take them seriously. Why do we underestimate our enemies so much? I mean, we don't, as people, shouldn't consider Russia necessarily our enemy, but the deep state does. Okay? And they want to destroy Russia. So why would we underestimate Russia if they're telling everybody that they're going to strike back? Why wouldn't we believe them?
Great question. Sounds pretty serious. I'm just processing all this. I almost feel like I need to take a moment of silence along with the audience, because it's just, what else more do we say, honestly? We're not going to be able to come on when the EMP hits. I don't really know what's left to do. Like, honestly, God, what else more do you want us to do? Seriously. Do you know, Alex? Do you know, I don't know what else to do. We're on camera. We have been for 10 years. Everybody's laughed at us. Here we are. Everything's happened that we basically said what happened. Like, I don't know what else we're supposed to do. God, seriously. Like, I'm asking God. Like, what are we supposed to do now?
You know, the people in the United Kingdom have to understand as well that all of these false flag attacks were occurring even before this chemical attack, where you had a supposed nerve agent attack on a former Russian spy that they accused Russia of with no evidence. Now they're accusing basically Russia of this false flag chemical attack in an ISIS-held town. The UK doesn't want to pull out of the European Union. They need Russia as that boogeyman so they can have a united Europe.
Yeah,
okay?
and I need to,
like
I'm sorry, Chad, I know
II.
I'm being so rude. I need to interrupt you, and we're going back to your commentary, but would you please, for God's sakes, share this video? If you're tuning in, you're one of the tens of thousands of people watching this on multi-stream. Would you please, for God's sakes, share this video, like it, email it, tell your parents, tell your friends, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. Get it to everybody. I don't care if you're conservative, you're a freaking Christian, you're a Muslim, you're a liberal, who you are, what gender you are. Would you please share the message? Do you understand how serious this is? Do you understand we're talking about a total blackout here in the United States and worldwide? A World War III scenario? Everybody's telling you this, not just us. Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard is telling you this. The president is telling you this. Putin is telling you this. Would you please, for God's sake, share this video and actually do something instead of just consuming this information?
Well said.
I apologize, Chad, but
no.
It pisses
I agree.
me off.
I agree. I mean,
this shit should have 10 billion views.
Yeah,
10 billion views.
We have to work together. It's not just about us here. It's not just about us. We all have to work together. We all have to get the message out. This is what it means to be part of the underground. This is what we have to do. We all have to share this message. There aren't voices for you in Washington. There aren't voices for you in the mainstream media. You're your own voice. This is alternative news is the only voice.
Yeah, it makes me angry and it makes me sad. And honestly, everything we've discussed and even everything I just said is 100% justified. It is 100% justified. This might be the most important broadcast we've ever put out ever. Ever. For a reason. I don't know why. I don't know the reason, but we're here as humanity who actually cares.
Bombs away. That's what's on. Bombs away, like it's a game. I'm seeing the front cover of
Yeah, I'm looking through my feeds as well to see what, if any, other developments we've got. Incredible. Hellfire missiles all over Syria, smart bombs lighting it up like a freaking Christmas tree. Men, women, and children under attack. This is even if the Assad stuff was true, this is far worse what's happening right now. There are more lives at stake, more civilians at stake. These aren't people of war. These are kids, man. Kids. These people need to be ashamed of themselves. It is a disgrace. A disgrace. And like you said, Chet, all we get from the mainstream media all day is a bunch of snowflakes bickering about their lattes that they got over at Starbucks.
I know. Give me a break. That's all they're concerned with because they haven't, experienced real hardship. And look, I understand. I mean, the mainstream media propaganda is pretty strong. It's hard to break. I mean, even for me sometimes, that's why I just tune it out. But they're not going to tell you when something's going to happen. Obviously, they didn't. We were drilling every day, trying to tell people what's happening. And now the people in the Middle East and Syria, they're looking up and they see it happening right before their very eyes.
Yeah, couldn't be telegraphed with any more accuracy than it's been. It is so incredible. Honestly, haunts me the conversations we've had privately on demand just a day ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. This entire week, just us discussing, which is all we all recorded for the Underground, by the way, where we talked literally about this exact event happening today, Friday the 13th. By the way, Alex is always good at this with the numerology component to all this. 322 and how all this ties into things that barely people can comprehend. We can't even go there. It'll be too much for them. They literally freak out. We can't even go too far. We just got to tell you, okay, yeah, the bombs are going off. But take note, it is occurring on the 13th here, which there's a lot of meaning behind that. I'm not even going to get into it. But for those of you that are actually educated, get it, understand.
Multiple Syrian sites struck. They are dismembering the Bashar al-Assad government right now. I hope everybody knows that.
I've seen Assad. I've never met the guy, but I've seen Assad in multiple dozens of interviews. This guy seems composed. This guy seems logical.
Yeah. He's not stupid.
He's not stupid. Donald Trump ain't stupid.
Nope. And that's why he didn't gas his own people because he knew this was going to happen. They're not stupid.
We've pulled we could pull tweet after tweet of Trump, by the way, before he was president, which basically said, Obama, don't attack Syria. We don't need a war in Syria. Syria will be World War III. Syria will be. This is what he said in the debates. Syria will be World War III. He said, yeah, you'd cause World War III, Hillary, and you'd be in jail. This is exactly what he said. This is what everybody has said. And now here we literally are at World War III.
When you walk into the White House, they literally, they corner your soul? What do these dark state entities do, man?
I don't know.
It's unbelievable.
I have no idea. It must be beyond. It really is a spiritual battle. It's got to be far beyond our comprehension, far beyond our intellectual capacity. It is, honestly, we have to give it 100% to God. He is the only one that can save us. Put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ. I know I have. Did a long time ago. He has given everything to me. I don't even know why I'm here, but we're here. What else can we do?
Pray. And let's hope that, to God, that this doesn't reach our shores. I mean, because understand, Russia isn't just a small country with a couple little ballistic missiles here. This is a very strong country with a very strong military, as well as China and Iran, who have very strong
build upon that for a minute, Chad. Build upon what you just said. It's the reason why you need to share this video. You said, I hope it doesn't hit our shores. I hope this doesn't come to the United States. I hope this doesn't come to our allied nations in Europe. I hope this, I hope that. This is why you need to share this video. People say, well, Christopher, the bombs have already gone off. So what good is 10 years of videos that you've put out basically predicting everything that's happening now? And again, it's not a crystal ball thing. It's just very, very obvious if you're paying attention, if you understand the geopolitics and the chess pieces of all this. But it is the primary reason you need to share this video right now. Because, I don't know, maybe we can prevent that event from hitting our shores. Or at the very least, when it does, people understand what's going on. And they're prepared. Maybe tonight they'll actually watch this video and go, holy shit, maybe this crazy guy behind the camera is right, Chad's right, Alex is right, they've been right, maybe I do need a bug out bag. Maybe I should go to the store tonight and buy a crap load of water. Maybe I should call my dad and my mom and my brother and my sister and apologize. Maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should bury the hatchet. Maybe I should get ready for something big. Maybe I should put my faith in God. You know what? I'm a sinner. Put my faith in Him. Maybe this is the wake-up call. Maybe that's why we're here. Maybe that's why you're watching this right now. You might even have not even seen us before. But you can click a like button and share it worldwide while you still can. And that might be the sole reason for our entire existence, this moment right now. This video could get 1 billion views around the world. Totally up to you. Just depends how it would spread like wildfire. I mean, you share it, and then another person shares it, another person shares it. It just keeps going. It's like chainmail. This is the power of the internet until it's shut down, which is why we do tons of work in blockchain technology, because it's the future. Other than that, I don't know what else are we supposed to do. I don't even want this broadcast to continue too much longer because I just don't want to continue beating the horse. It is what it is. We've talked about this for years. Until there's another major development, what are we even supposed to tell you? I don't know. Sleep tight.
And look, I mean, obviously, common sense preparation is better than just saying, nothing's going to happen. You know, which a lot of people have that attitude. Nothing's going to happen until, boom, it happens out of nowhere. And look, we're going to be all over this story. We're going to be all over it, providing the news and the message. But get this out because we don't know what kind of blackout, social media blackout, is going to occur here. And we got to remember that on these platforms, they like to put us in a dark corner. That's why you have to thumb it up. You have to share it. You have to get it everywhere because it's not going to appear in recommendations. You guys tuning in have to share it.
So click that link below. It's super easy. It is not hard. Click the link below. Go to our website. Subscribe on demand. It's free. You can put in your little email address. That way we can contact you. If the internet's still up, then at least we can get our information to you. If it's not, then good luck and God bless. Honestly. We're all on the same playing field. It's not going to be any different for me or anyone else. I mean, I've tried to prepare, but I can only do so much. So do whatever you can right now.
I mean, the skies over Syria right now are completely lit up. I'm seeing a little bit of footage coming out. It is just honestly.
Yeah, I'm sad.
When you look,
man. I'm really sad. I am very angry and very, very sad. And I'm, I admit it. I'm scared, dude. I'm scared. I'm scared.
Well, it's a scary
honestly, for the people that I love.
Terrifying situation.
I'm terrified.
Donald Trump said it himself. This is not the Cold War anymore with Russia. He stated this. I mean, he tweeted it out. This is a hot war we're in with Russia. Russia sent nuclear missiles to Cuba, and he's saying we're in a worse situation than that we're in a hot war with Russia. Why aren't we going to? This is what's occurring. This is exactly what's occurring. People have to believe it. I mean, this is what's happening.
I always know how big it is because we don't tune into the mainstream media, obviously. But when my phones blow up, I've got 5 of them. When they blow up, that tells me what's going on from the mainstream media perspective. So it tells me how serious this is and the gravity of it all, how big of a deal all of this is become. It's really a catastrophic worst-case scenario. And I'm seeing some of the images that Alex is putting up. even right now. We're only starting to get to the surface of some of this. But let me reemphasize, they're going to sell this con job as limited strikes. We've done our job. We did nothing wrong. We had the evidence. Assad's guilty. We only bombed a couple times. Then the big one hits. That Hawaiian false flag intercontinental ballistic missile coming to the shoreline, of which Hawaiians were throwing their kids down storm drains, becomes real. And there will be no alert, and there will be no text message. There will be a ball of fire.
And I want to bring up one more thing. Let's not forget, think about Vladimir Putin's personality. He's sick and tired of getting pushed back basically by the New World Order agenda. He's going to fight back. He's not going to step down. He's not a sissy. Okay? I mean, people have to understand who we have at play here. We have very strong, and I was trying to explain this before, because it reminded me kind of the 1930s, pre-World War II. We have these really strong people leading the country. You know, obviously the deep state in this country, but Donald Trump's personality, well, he doesn't want to back down. Vladimir Putin is sick and tired. Why do you think he was even willing to be invited and went in to Syria? He's not going to back down. That's why we've seen him, even though Crimea voted to go back into the Russian Federation, that he's kind of taken back some of the territory that used to be in the Soviet Union. Russia views that the collapse of the Soviet Union, it was the worst thing to happen in the 20th century. He's not going to back down. Why do you think he's basically been president for so long? He has a vision for Russia, and not the U.S., not Israel, not Saudi Arabia is going to get in the way of that vision. 100%.
Yeah. And I think we need to discuss the Trump topic, because a lot of people are going to say, well, Trump has just sold out. He's a Manchurian candidate himself, things we accuse Barack Obama of being. Nothing he said was truthful at all. He just used his own marketing ability and shenanigans to get into the White House. Look, I can't pretend to know all the answers, but I think Donald Trump's been pretty darn real. 99% of the way there. What you're looking at is a total coup of and by the dark state here in the United States of America. Who's the dark state? Because they're the people that really call the shots. Okay, they're the George Soroses of the world. These are these enriched families that you don't even hear about on the news that own and control everything. All of the wealth internationally that have been ruling over general populations for ages. Ages. And these people in D.C. that are bought and paid for, that are just propelling the message of the dark state. We look at Comey again on his book tour, perfect example, but he's just on the surface. He's a gnat compared to what I'm discussing and really digging in here, or at least touching the surface on tonight, as we broadcast live April 13th, 2018, on Friday the 13th, as Donald Trump opens up total world war in the Middle East. A giant fight between Russia, a billion Chinese, a nuclear-armed Iran, the proxy that is North Korea, versus our allies, as we wait on pins and needles, God forbid, for a retaliatory strike, God forbid, on our shores, as Putin has warned and guaranteed.
Yeah,
and China has warned and guaranteed. Go ahead, Chad.
No, and this is not just the U.S., this is a coalition, a U.S.-led coalition, meaning other countries are involved. Why are other countries getting involved if this is breaking out to be a much bigger incursion than obviously we experienced with the first strike. That's why it took a little time, okay, for everybody to get their ducks in a row.
I talked about this a couple days ago. These liberals might want their Second Amendment back when there's an invasion here in the United States. Oh, we don't need the Second Amendment, Chris. You do if Chinese invade here. You do if North Koreans start hailing down from the sky via helicopter. You will if Russia actually does what they've been telling us they're going to do. If you believe Russia is a threat and Donald Trump colluded with Russia, even though that's a total freaking fabrication, but if you believe that, you're going to need your Second Amendment. Otherwise, you're out of your mind. And
take the guns away. They hate the cops, they hate the police, right? But they want the police and the cops to come and save them and take their guns away. It is that's like a mental disorder if you think about it. I mean, why are we worrying about disarming the American people? Because it's propaganda brought to us by the deep state mainstream media and the dark state, absolutely, to remove us, to unarm us. Why? People, all we have is our Constitution. All we have. This is what our country was built on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alex, how many likes are we up to? We need these likes should be skyrocketing. We have tens of thousands of you viewing on multiple channels worldwide, 500,000 on YouTube, not to mention dozens of other channels. We're broadcasting literally in every country around the world right now. It is a joke if you can't get this up to at least 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 likes. It should be up in 5 seconds here. It is an absolute joke. I am looking at roughly almost 10,000, give or take, just on YouTube. And we're broadcasting everywhere. Like this video right now, and please, for the love of God, share it with somebody that you love, so maybe they would actually wake the heck up and prepare for what's coming. Send an email to your long-lost buddy. Hey, check this out. Seems pretty serious. Review our archives if you want to be educated. Got 3,000 videos up at amtvmedia.com. $3,000. 3,000 videos we've produced every single day over the last 10 years. Join our courses. Do something with your life.
And just like clockwork, as I discussed kind of behind the scenes with you, Chris, on demand, that MSNBC is saying that this is just to distract from the domestic scandal, a distraction from Comey, just like we knew that they were going to come out and say. See, this is another psychological warfare attempt by the mainstream media.
Absolutely. Wow, I'm almost out of breath. I'm looking at more headlines here as it comes through the news wire. Incredible.
Incredible.
By the way, send this to reputable news wires. What I mean by that, send this to drudgereport.com right now. Go to Drudge Report. They've got a little box down at Send News Tips to Drudge. Send this video to them. Send all of our videos to them. Send this to anybody you can think of. All of our friends in alternative media. Send it to the mainstream media. Get it out everywhere. Make sure that your voice cannot be ignored before it's too late. We have been warning about this for almost a generation. I'm out of words, almost.
Syria is striking back, absolutely. Russia is striking back. Why did they move their warships from port? People are like, oh, they're leaving. Yeah, they're leaving. No, they were getting in an offensive and defensive stance because they knew this was coming. Armadas of U.S. warships heading to Syria currently. So this is obviously going to be a long event. This isn't going to be a short event. And another thing is here, the Russians saying that we have no fear and threatening U.S. warships, just the fact that the mainstream media is saying that, we're going to have a mainstream media blackout, and they could be striking each other as we speak right now. And we're going to have to just do more digging onto that.
And I'll tell you this is the weakest argument, and you're going to start to see this pop up in the mainstream media. Trump is distracting from Stormy Daniels and all this. That is the weakest, most illogical, ridiculous, out of this world. You're an idiot. I just have to say that. Argument, period. Okay? The trash bin story of Stormy Daniels is a non-story. It is not even comparable on any level humanly possible to a world war. No one cares that Stormy Daniels sells her body for sex via video. And nobody cares, even if it is true that Donald Trump allegedly had sex with her. Nobody cares. So any liberal argument that I see from Robert De Niro or all these other people I've boycotted and don't want to watch another movie or buy another product from these people ever again are out of their freaking minds if they think this is a distraction from himself. This is so much bigger than Trump.
Psychological warfare.
Psychological warfare. You said it.
And it doesn't matter who's the president. I mean, what? It's we had Obama, Bush, Trump. They're all taking out all these Middle Eastern countries. People think, oh, but no, it's a distraction from a porn star. No, they're using that to distract you. It
You know
doesn't
what we
matter
should
who the president
see,
is.
and continue, Chad. We should see if Ashton, if we could get her on too. She's probably reporting on this right now, sending us footage. Almost text her real quick. I want to get as many opinions on this as we can while we still can. I'm going to see if she's on the fly. And sorry, Chad. I know I'm being like so rude. I'm just like interrupting every 5 seconds. I'm just so angry, so pissed off.
No, I mean, look, and with me, I'm even having trouble articulating it while I'm seeing all this happen and occurring as we've been discussing. It's actually really heartbreaking to see.
It is. So heartbreaking.
Okay, so General Mattis just came out, said U.S., U.K., and France are taking decisive action in Syria. Multiple countries involved. What do we call that?
Now, Alex is World War. Right on. Alex, you're behind commandeering the ship. You can't see him. He's off camera, but he's one of the smartest guys in the room. I don't know if you have any additional commentary, but is there anything you're seeing not from our perspectives as we're kind of moving just into ranting mode right now based on anger and being deceived? Anything else you see?
No, you guys are pretty much
Okay.
right on point.
Okay, I'd just like to ask.
Thank you.
Jed, are you seeing anything else that I'm not seeing right now?
Yeah, I was just doing a little digging here. It's just it's slowly kind of coming in, but basically, when I start seeing multiple countries striking right now, I'm just trying to figure out what Iran is doing. Absolutely, because Hezbollah is basically it's a militant group in Lebanon, kind of trained by the Revolutionary Guards in Iran, a very strong militant organization. And absolutely, when we see this going on, now's the perfect time for Israel to start striking. They've been wanting to take out Assad as well, but actually they want to take out Iran. We know that. And we're going to see an extensive war break out between Hezbollah and Israel as well.
Yeah,
Because
I keep thinking there's going to be some kind of EMP type event, and the reason is that would be the biggest thing that could happen that would strike the most fear in the most people when they need it most. Nobody, even as we're broadcasting, we're all using this tool that they control. I really believe this is a serious possibility soon. There is going to be a retaliatory event. This is what people need to understand. They need to get through your head. Putin ain't bluffing.
And you know what's funny? I see some people say, "Oh, Iran's not doing anything." Who do you think is in Syria? There's Iranian troops in Syria. I mean, the misinformation out there to me is just astonishing, Chris. It's astonishing. Syria is nothing but a proxy. You have Russian troops, Iranian troops, all into this little country. We're all at war right now. Like, Iran's not. What do you think we're doing right now? Israel, they don't broadcast what they're going to do. They never broadcast. They launched those missiles. Did they broadcast it? No, they don't do that.
Kim.com, I'm reading here. I don't know if you saw this tweet. Of course, we worked with Kim a little bit lightly in the past. He's building a lot of these new blockchain networks, one of which we're beta testing here, all based on cryptocurrency and all this stuff here at Amtv. He put out a tweet not too long ago, said Putin has said he will retaliate if Syria is attacked. Putin is not known for making empty threats. Expect Russia to retaliate. And he couldn't be any more right. What did Einstein tell us? I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. That's what's so scary about this, is the technology, the technological warfare. That threat is so severe. It is unlike, these nukes are 1,000,000 times stronger than they were than when the United States dropped bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. We were talking total devastation, nukes that could destroy the entire eastern seaboard, wipe out the entire west coast here in the United States, take out Texas with a single click of a button. And I'm not saying that to spread fear. I'm saying that because that is literally what we're looking at right now. It is that serious of an event. There's no going back now. This is what people need to understand. Again, if you're just tuning in, there is no going back. Trump just opened up, but more importantly, the dark state just opened up hell on earth.
You know, they said the same thing before World War II broke out, Chris. I mean, that, oh, no, Germany's not going to do, oh, we're not going to do nothing. Oh, nobody's going to do nothing. Then millions of people start dying all over the place. You know, it's,
That's
I mean,
in the
honestly,
history
you just have
books,
to,
Chad. We don't read. No
yeah,
one reads history anymore, man.
yeah.
You're
I mean, that,
100% right.
yeah. And look, the information is important. Everybody share this again. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share it with your friends and your family. We have to get the message out. And absolutely go to Drudge and share it with them as
Yeah,
well.
and
So
I
we
expect it's an
podcast.
expectation, not even an ask. I expect if you're tuning in right now and you're not uprating this past 10,000 likes at least across every major platform that we're broadcasting, honestly, you should be freaking ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed to be a human being. Hit the like button right now. I want to see 10,000 likes across the board on every single multi-stream we've got going worldwide on a dozen platforms around the world in every single country around the world. This might be your last chance. People want to know. They've been asking me for 10 years, Christopher, what can I do? Share the message. Share the message. It's that easy. And stay tuned. I'm going to probably cut it here and we'll keep you posted, but click the link below and subscribe to the Underground. Again, it's free. It's free to try. We're going to have a lot of content there. We've had dozens of videos this week. 90% of you have not even seen, by the way. I mean, we're reporting just dumping content. We'll have more content behind the scenes thoughts I can't even air publicly here because it's too controversial and I just don't want to put it out to the public. It's free. Share the video, smash 10,000 likes. If you haven't already, give your life to God. I'll tell you that. Give it up to the big man upstairs, Jesus Christ, who saved me not too long ago. Has changed my entire life. I give all the glory to him. And honestly, it almost brings me to tears every single day I'm alive. He's the only reason I'm here. That's the only thing protecting this great country, the great people of the world. He's the only person who can save you. And if you've been on the fence about that or you don't know him, you better get in touch with him right away. Chad, anything else?
Oh, I mean, amen to that. And honestly, it's a sad situation. We don't want to, you know, again, we're reporting the truth as it comes out. We didn't want to be right about this. And again, everybody share it. Join us. We're going to be following up on this story, bringing you the real news, bringing you the truth. But this is your voice. It's not just me, Chris, Alex. This is your voice, and you have to share it as well. We all have to do our part. So I'll just end it with that.
All right, Alex, cut it there.